welcome everybody to GameSkooled. Today is our first review video. We started the channel this Friday doing some pretty fun stuff that we'll get into, but I just want to say thank you for all our subscribers that started off the bat. Watched all our live stream this whole weekend. Our goal was 10 subscribers. We got up to 20 plus subscribers now in our first weekend of doing this, so that's pretty awesome. I think our next goal is going to be 25.
25 by the end of the week,
yeah. By the end of the week, by Friday, so it'll be 1 week of doing some random stuff for you guys on the internet.
And, which is this, right?
Yeah, and if we get to 25, that's pretty awesome.
Yep. And the game that we're going to be reviewing today is Tom Clancy's The Division. That's right. So, we're going to be able to show you some beta footage, and hopefully you like that. We kind of ran through the game from beginning to all the way to the end.
Oh, man,
we've got a lot of footage going on.
I mean, between the two of us, we probably got at least 40 hours of just recorded footage, not even the times when we were just clowning around, not doing anything
right?
there, figuring things out. Yeah, it's, I would think it's kind of like more of like a cover-based shooter with like RPG elements probably thrown into it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's classic Tom Clancy game, but everything's sort of mushy, RPG-ish. So we'll go into that a little bit more later towards the end of the video. But yeah, it's got like cover-based shooter techniques that you need to get through the game, because if you don't use that, you're dead meat.
But like you said, it's a classic Tom Clancy game. Most of them that I've played are pretty cover based and such. But the story is pretty nice. New York is just beautiful.
Yeah, it really is.
I've never been to New York, so it's like real exciting to me. I've gone there, and it's just gorgeous. All the New Yorkers left their doors open to all their cars, of course, in this grand emergency. Nobody's worried about that, I guess. I don't think any New Yorker would ever leave their doors unlocked on their cars for any reason.
I was just I was talking to a guy that I was playing with at the end, like the very last day, and he said he's from Manhattan. He says it's the best game he's ever seen, the best done Manhattan that he's ever been through.
Yeah, I've been told by a lot of people that they just got like the landmarks there and there. I've got a big chunk where it's like I'm looking at the Empire State Building in the background. I was like, I want to go in there. I want to explore it. But it's a beautiful game. It's done with the Snowflake engine, I think. That's what it is there. And it's really awesome. There's dynamic weather. It's a real pretty game. The character creation and stuff on it was kind of limited in the beta. We did a little bit of footage of just kind of running through that, but you only had I think 6 choices, male or female, going through. But I think there'll be a lot more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could be able to customize everything, like an RPG, like Fallout or something big like that.
Oh, absolutely. But our review today is mostly going to just try and be like on beta footage. What we got to playing the game this weekend. So there's lots of things kind of in like certain menus, like the crafting and the perks and a couple other little things. We probably won't go into any detail.
Well, I mean, we weren't even able to touch that stuff.
Well, I mean, you just see it in the menu. It says not available in beta, and it's kind of scrambled, and you can find out where the crafting stations are, but you don't know what you can do with them or why.
Right?
Really
yeah, I was left confused, and I mean they've got options wide open for that stuff. So we'll see how it goes when the game actually comes out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean graphics and lighting and stuff I thought was pretty awesome.
The lighting was incredible.
Oh yeah.
The volumetric. The lighting with the fog would come out, and then the snow would come out, and then the things would gather snow on it, and you'd trudge through the snow. You see your footsteps
in like thin snow, and there's a lot of things. We burnt through I think all of the PvE stuff really fast, and then got through the Darkstone and started doing pretty well and dying a lot through that. But after a while, we just decided to start roaming the PvP area, or the PvE area, the player versus environment area.
Yeah, after everything was done, it was like, well, let's check out and see what these environments do.
Subways and like going through the streets, checking out the advertisements on the lit up signs there, and it's like you're in the subway and there's like a newspaper floating through the wind, and just all sorts of like really fun, cool little dude cars that you can tell were being siphoned out of because there's still a hose coming out of the gas tank.
That was crazy.
So there was some really cool fun things about that game. They put a lot of time, a lot of detail into it. I really like the engine that it's running on.
Exactly. I've been excited about the Snowflake engine ever since this game started to be advertised on E3. I saw some footage on there. I was just sold right off the bat. I was like, there's not a computer out here that I have or anybody that I know has that can run this thing yet 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting. And to see all the textures on the walls, being able to fall down or be shot at and the image still stays and parts of the walls fall down. It was just really incredible.
It was really awesome, and the environment and the feel of everything in the game was, I just really liked it. They didn't give you a lot of story because they wanted to leave a lot of like mystery for when you get the game. Obviously, as a beta, they only gave us like a couple quick missions as far as like the single player, where you play with your friends outside of multiplayer. But they gave us a taste.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it was just great. You're in New York, but there's nobody there, so something bad happened.
Oh yeah.
It had something to do with some kind of virus or some kind of sickness. People are just in like body bags in the streets everywhere. So it's like they didn't even have time to clear things out. So it's like, what happened in this? And you're kind of on this eerie note, and if you listen to the survivors in the streets, what they're like scavenging for and some of the things they say, you're like, wow, things must have gotten bad quick.
Yeah, with everybody having their doors open like that. Ridiculous. All right, so let's check out some of the footage and see what you guys think. We'll be back here in a second.
Warning. Additional hostiles detected.
So here's my thoughts about gameplay. I really love this game. I've been excited about it a long time. We got to play a lot of the PvE. We got all the PvE done I think we could possibly do.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of PvP down. The Dark Zone was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So PvP-wise, it was a great game. I know they cut out a lot of the story stuff and took stuff out so we couldn't get too far and didn't want to give anybody any spoilers about what's going on, which was great for newbies like us. I don't want to say something to you to where you're like, oh, you're ruining things for the game for me.
Right.
But these are things that are publicly known, well known, that if you've watched any trailer about the Division, some kind of sickness is broken out.
Yeah.
And everybody's dying and stuff. So it was really cool. Even the small segments we got were drawing me in and kind of oh, I want to find out what really happened or how can I help everybody get better, help citizens in need, build my reputation, and we'll start the new world together. It was pretty awesome game. But I
really felt like the story was lacking. I get it. It's the beta. They don't want to give up any of that information. But when you play this game, you kind of feel empty because you want to talk to somebody. You want to get more story out of them. And they're all super cold-shouldered. They're all, suffering from this disease. And it feels like if they put a lot more story into this, it's going to be a great game.
But see, that was one of the things I thought was really cool about how, the Dark Zone kind of played into things, is when you're playing in the Dark Zone with people, you're going around. I decided to be the sheriff of the dark zone for a little while, and I was like, I'm just gonna protect people who are trying to get their stuff out from people who are going rogue and taking them out. And I was like, I'm the lone soldier. Is one of the few times I was playing solo through the game, but I wanted to see what solo dark zone stuff was like for a little bit. And I helped these guys out, and they got some rogues come. We take them out together, and I'm like, all right, guys, we're fine, and after everything's down, I even put my hands up a couple of times to be like, hey, I'm not an enemy, guys, And
it's then they turn on you.
No, they get their stuff extracted, and I'm sitting there taking cover, watching the street right after watching their backs, and they immediately go rogue and just start shooting. They murder me. And I didn't even have anything to take. They just decided to go rogue on me. So it's kind of crazy how the Dark Zone plays into the environment of the PvE area. You think about people wandering around the PvE area are always giving you a real cold shoulder. But it's like, who can you trust? Sometimes somebody might help you out for like a few minutes because somebody else is picking on them, and then just completely destroy you as soon as your back's turned. So it was a lot of fun.
What was cool is that you like a couple times you would recognize people. That guy. I remember he went rogue on me for no reason, and now he's walking around kind of alone. His buddies are like down the block, and you're thinking, well, maybe I should take him out, because if he's holding the bag, maybe that could be your loot,
Exactly,
and then you get it extracted and it's in your bag. So that's the whole dynamic of the rogue system, because it's interesting.
Or other people who go around and start just kind of tapping bullets into you, trying to coerce you into going rogue on them, because then they don't get the negative effects of going rogue.
Right, coerce you into roguing on them.
Pick on you enough until you just explode and kill them, and then the rest of their team kills you and takes all your loot. Then you've been collecting in the Dark Zone forever, and you're sad. So there's a lot of fun things, but I like the PvP, the player versus player, a lot. The whole Dark Zone thing.
Right, it was really cool.
There was certain aspects in the beta that were taken advantage of, I think, you know what I mean? That
Absolutely.
Kind of really put a damper on some of my experience of the Dark Zone. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I really think that the developers are really doing that on purpose almost. Or maybe not. It's kind of hard to tell because the developer doesn't tell us what they wanted from the beta testing. I mean, we're testers and we tested it, but they didn't tell us whether they wanted us to skirt the outskirts of the game, try to break it, try to do different things.
Thing too is absolutely is with betas. Normally, there's some sort of point to the beta.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Network stress test.
I mean, this kind of seems more like a marketing beta towards all right, if you pre-order the game or something like that, you get
totally.
You don't have to send an email to anybody or anything fancy. Well, one small email, but
one small little email
to get anybody to get into this thing. But then it got overloaded, and I was glad that I got in early, and you almost didn't.
Right? Yeah.
So we waited until the last.
I heard there was a waiting list,
and you're like, oh, I can't get in. They're putting up these emails. Oh my goodness,
Right.
But you got in, so that was super cool. But with most betas, when you go and you get access to them, or even alphas and stuff like that, they kind of send you in with a goal. We're network stress testing right now, so do as much PvP as you can.
Or try and go in and out of the game as much as possible.
Try and do sneaky little things so that we can find out how people take advantage of this. Maybe they wanted you to go way more around in the PvE environment so that you can check out how nice and beautiful they made New York, because it was really beautiful.
Oh, right, yeah, it was.
But things like that, do they want you to go around and try and clip through buildings in certain bad areas, or try to get to obstacles and it's really frustrating that you can't, and maybe they can see that and fix small things to fix those things.
Well, what was really cool is that the map was incredible.
Oh, I love the map.
You can see where everything was, and you can zoom in, zoom out. You can even track yourself with this little white line. You can track yourself, and you can see where you've been in the last 5 minutes. And what was interesting to me is to see how I had tracked through the level. But I think that huge database of all the tracking was all there the whole time. They saw where we all went.
I want one of those in real life. I mean, it seems like in the game, if you notice, everything seems to come off their watch or the little round shoulder thing on their pack, and there was no real explanation for that in the beta, obviously. You know, I don't blame them on that. But if I had one of those in real life, I just want that map in real life. Go to New York, go to San Francisco, go to any place, you know, out in some...
just leave your location on, turn on the app, and there you are on Google Maps.
I think I've seen an episode of Friends where one of the guys like puts the map down on the ground and is like trying to stand in the map.
He stands on the map like in New York, looking around.
You know, that
sounds ridiculous.
But this was like that. And like
got the little army man on the paper going, okay, I'm facing this way.
Yeah, guys, so check out some more footage and see what you think, and we'll be right back.
You won't last.
Do it.
So
overall, thumbs up.
Thumbs up for me.
Yeah, I really like the game. I'm excited about it coming out on March 8th.
March 8th. Thank you, subscribers.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and all you subscribers. And special shout-outs to Inventor Blades and Dublin Poppy.
And Arturo, our #1 subscriber, we'll never forget you, man. Thanks for being the first person, dude.
All right, dude.
Yep.
Get schooled.
GameSkooled, get schooled.